Highway 64, Interstate 64. It's through New Mexico. This is the mountain range of New Mexico as it is. Anyways, welcome Facebook viewers to Hosley Automotive's 1953. Hosley here with you. Headed to Aztec, New Mexico. We're going to go pick up a 1950 Packard, which we'll be bringing in to the channel here soon. We'll stay in touch base and keep you updated as we travel. Good morning, YouTube. Hosley here from Hosley Autos 1953. Checking in with you. I'm here in Aztec, New Mexico. It's a cold morning out here. It's about 15 degrees. So I just got in. I got in last night around 10 p.m. And the reason why I got in so late was because basically someone sent me through the wrong direction. It seems that there'd be more of a jerk. They told me that the pass through I want to see here. Wolf Creek was very bad, which it's not. It wasn't bad at all, from my understanding, what I've been told. So basically, they were dishonest about it. Because the fact that they were dishonest about it, they sent me a whole round direction. I went down 64, past Raton, through Raton Pass in Raton, New Mexico, and basically, the whole deal with it is, I went an extra 12 hours out of the way from what I should have. The pass, the valley pass that I went through was very, 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 very steep. I mean, an incline like you won't believe. So many sharp turns, and it's just hard to explain. It's just so sharp, the turns. I mean, they're so sharp right away. Before you know it, there's like a 90-degree angle right away, of 60, whatever you want to call it. Just a quick like that right away. And pulling a trailer through the valley, it just wasn't easy. It was about a 12 to 10 pitch incline, the most steepest that you can get on a vehicle before it starts to bog out. I mean, it was bad. I regret going through there. So since I am here in Aztec, New Mexico, this is what we have planned today. I have a vehicle that I'm looking to purchase and bring to the channel to be a part of the 1953 GMC dump truck. It is a 1950 Packard. Now, a little history rundown on the way this works. So back then, and this is just a history lesson for all you guys out there listening, girls, youngins, whatever you want to call it. Any of the cars from the World War I, World War II, and the Korean era, they're worth a lot of money. The reason why, because not that many were produced. You got to remember, at that time, metal was in high demand, so was copper. And it was because of the war. They needed the metal to create and build all these army tanks. So they had to minimize on what they built. And some brands really didn't even get off the ground and managed to build. So Packard only had, I believe it was 600 cars that they produced each year for the Korean War. And in 1950 they stopped producing the round barrel fleet body, which you're gonna see, and they went to a beautiful, more modern, like a 60s style, like the early 60s or 70s style, square, beautiful round barrel nose, almost similar to what like 2015 or 2005 Jaguar X-Type looks like. So they were way advanced for their time, and on top of that, how advanced they were, they had a square X box frame and independent suspension. They were so advanced at the time, and it's quite amazing to see this. So this 1950 Packard has this advanced suspension on it, and the works to it. It's all original. Has everything there. All the chrome, all the trim, everything's there. Original motor, original transmission, and it runs. Gonna have to do a little bit of work to restore it. I mean, it's a beautiful car. It's worth, as it sits alone, without being restored, right around $20,000 to $25,000, give or take. If it's going to be fully restored, you got to pay attention on how much you're going to stick into it, because some people might not be willing to pay what you put into it. So you got to watch out. You really got to do your studies, your math on it. But if you're going to fully restore it, you're going to be in it for right around like a $25,000 restoration. A car like that, like a Packard, a Hudson Hornet, Plymouth, Oldsmobile, those cars were the most desired cars, and the reason why was because they had the straight 8 flat head engine. Now these cars, they would use it racing. Now the Packard, it was the show car of them all. Only if you were wealthy you could afford it. Not that many people could afford it. That's like owning a Lamborghini, Bugatti, or a McLaren, basically. And this car was the Bugatti, the McLaren at the time. Only the wealthy of the wealthy had this car. This was the highest end car. At that time, Packard cost roughly almost $7,000, $8,000. Now, compared to today's standards and volume of money, that would be like right around like a $800,000 car. So it's very expensive. Only the famous people and the Hollywood people had this car. So I am blessed I came across this car. Down the road we'll discuss price on what I paid for it and what it's going to take to get up and running. It runs. I have to drop the fuel tank, get the fuel tank clean, whole fuel system, and repair the brakes because the brakes aren't working. But other than that, it's all original, has all original interior, everything's there. So right now it's about 6:45 here in Aztec, Mexico. I told the gentleman that I'd meet up with him around 7:30, so we can go ahead and look at the car. We'll get it started so you guys can see it running. We're gonna go ahead and get it loaded on the U-Haul trailer, and then I am headed back to Colorado to Fort Collins. Hopefully this time it'll only take 7 hours. I took off yesterday morning at 6 in the morning, okay? I didn't get here till about 10 at night, almost 12. That's because somebody's, I don't know what the deal is, because they see the SUV, they see how it's set up like a police unit, and they were like, hey, we'll just throw this guy through a loophole. Who knows? But this time I'm going to be going through Durango, Colorado, all the way back up to Levita Pass, out to that area, coming back out at Watsonburg, hitting I-25 all the way back down through the I-25 corridor north. So while I go through that journey, I will be taking pictures and videos so you guys, all you guys out there, can see it and experience just the ride. I'll be throwing up some pictures, some different things, some stop sites that I went to. Other than that, thank you guys for joining me, and guess what? Here in a little bit we'll be heading out. That way we can go ahead and we can go see about getting that Packard. All right, y'all? So stay tuned, okay? So look at the door. There's nothing there at the door, no shadows. Look in the mirror. There's somebody standing at the door. There's a lot of weird noises tonight here in this room. I couldn't sleep because of it.
Smart back then, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is, man.
It's so simple now compared to the bullshit, though, huh?
Well, the original flathead Hercules gas engine was in that truck over in the camper on it. It was a 320 cubic inch, and it was 130 horse.
Well,
This is probably
What's going on, you guys? Hostley here from 1953. So I got in at 1 a.m. last night. I already got her back here. She's in Fort Collins. I had a bit of a struggle. Suburban did overheat, and that was going through, I'll remember here shortly, and I updated there on the blog, but it was going through one of the passes between Durango and Walzenberg. It wasn't Levita Pass, it was the next one. But anyways, because how steep the grade is, 1212, apparently the antifreeze was over full and didn't have breathing room, so I only had 2 miles left to go to the very top being at the end of the pass, and she overheated, so I had to pull over for an hour and let her cool down, even though it's snowy out. But anyways, she didn't come willingly, she came with a fight. I mean, fight the whole way down the hill. But she's back in Colorado. Now is the first time that everyone's going to get a good look at this car. I did have a couple other companions with me that were traveling. So that's a quick view over the car. You can see here we had some slight damage, a little bit to the trim, but everything's still there. It is missing one logo here versus Packard on the fender. Did call the individual that I bought it from, see if he had another one from the other cars. Right here, it's an actual bullet shot where it didn't get through all the way. Where I went through back this way. Have a little bit of cancer here on the fender. Nothing too major that can be fixed, can be handled. Pretty much everything's still there. She is the newest member to the channel, to the blog here. You can see she's pretty all the way around. Pretty solid for what it is. Right there's the actual bullet hole. Somebody still shot it with a decent sized slug. Right there, that's the only main damage this car has. The seat is there. But basically all the interior's in here, it's all there. That's the other issue, is right here, the little panels. It's where they're rusting through on the floorboards right here. So this would have to have some metal work done to be redone. That's not a problem, that can be done, and the floorboards need to be replaced. But basically, other than that, I mean, the car's pretty pristine. That's just the main issues that it has, just on the port panels on the back side and the floorboard there. Have to get new gaskets for it. Real wood trim. Alright, what's going on YouTube? So this is an update on the Packard. It was a 3-day journey. I left Oh, about almost 3-day. No, you could say 3-day because I didn't get back into one today. One Tuesday, spent the night there. Wednesday, picked it up and then went ahead and loaded up on Wednesday and drove back. I didn't get back into about maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, Thursday morning. So she is running. She's pretty quiet. She doesn't make that much noise. It is smoking, but from my understanding, what the elderly gentleman said, that this car's been sitting for a while. The rings had to seat again, so it's going to be a while. Needs a headlight. I mean, it has its characteristic to it, but what do you expect for a 70-year-old car? 1950 Packard. Running on fuel here on a separate tank. I don't know if you can see it too good in the picture here. It is smoking. Person, you can see it. You see it real good. Has a complete charm. Yeah, the smoke does reek. Like I said, it is what it is. What do you expect for a 1950 Packard? So you can see the floorboard stuff there is rusted out. All the floorboards gonna have to be replaced. So yep, pretty much it. You can see the smoke good in the car where it's only came up inside the car.